This is some good stuff.
I'm so excited. Welcome to the show. My name's Tom Wise with my
Yeah.
lovely and talented, pretty and funny and smart
Me?
co-host. Yes, you. Well, maybe not so smart.
I'm not right. Maybe not so smart. I'm Melinda McKinsey. We're going to unpack some shit today.
Yes, I just got a call. Guy wants to buy 60 carts, Kerry Karts.
I mean, does that happen often where one individual wants to buy 60?
No, but you know what? The business is going to go crazy next year, 2021.
Yeah.
It's slowed down for a multitude of reasons. Remanufacturing, tariffs, whatever. It's been 5 years of bumpy roads
Right.
with some sweet spots in between and with
Yes.
some financial disasters sprinkled in.
Yes.
Accent on the financial disasters. But at the end of the day, I mean, I get emails from all over the world. I got 2 emails from South Korea last week. Say, hey, I need a cart. I've gotten emails from Turkey, from Saudi Arabia, from Italy, from Germany, from England, Australia. People want the cart. So I just have to make it available.
Where are they finding you, Tom? Are they saying?
Who knows?
Okay, I'm curious.
I mean, I did a, what do they do that? Crowdfunding Kickstarter.
Oh, yes.
5 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's the only international exposure. And I ended up getting like 10 orders from that.
Yeah.
And that's the only international exposure I've had. But people see it. You know what? I think I was featured in some guys didn't talk to me about it, but he's like 10 of the craziest gadgets you need to own. And he's had 1 million hits on it. And I'm one of 10 items that he had in there.
Nice. That's really the secret, right? We've talked a lot about social media and how do things go viral and what you never know, right? You never know what that moment is going to be.
But I know, and I'm going to get behind this next version of the cart is very much close to the final version I want. Now I have a little handbrake. We're extending the handles a little bit larger. It's all going to be, a little tighter, closer to the final, I want to make some other improvements, but the piece we're coming up with now that's being manufactured right now in Vietnam, I'm going to start getting, I'm going to start booking promotions and try to go forward with it. Even though it's been performing nicely, but I think it's ready to go crazy.
Well, you know what? I love my Kerry Kart. I bought it during one of your appearances on HSN, and I've just recognized I need to take photos of that and post it because I don't think I have. I love that darn thing.
Please. And then I need to do more on the website because I can do videotapes and people using it and testimonials. You know what? This is topic number 3. I'm too fucking lazy.
Is it laziness or is it?
Oh, it's lazy.
Okay.
I mean, I've been in that thing for 5 years, and it's like, you know what? I have to sometimes think of my business as me being an employee. If Kevin Harrington, my last boss,
yes,
Shark Tank, he was the last guy I ever had to answer to.
Yeah.
If he said to me, hey, I got to get this, if he gave me 3 things to get done, they'd be done by lunch. I got 3 things. It could be 3 months before I get to them. Why don't I treat myself the way that I would respond to someone else that telling me what to do?
No, that's a valid point. I mean, we talk a lot about this because you and I are, 1099s.
Right.
We work for ourselves. And so you're right. It is a different vibe, isn't it?
I have to pretend. Like I said, here's the deal. So I've been working. You mind if I jump in and interrupt the whole flow? Just tell what's on my mind.
Interrupt the whole flow. Let's do it.
So, I've been tracking this Tractor Supply business for more than a year. The last 4 months, just trying to get an EDI certified, whatever the hell that is.
Right.
I finally, the day I got 3 orders from Tractor Supply, one was from Terry Toner. I asked her to, my ex-wife, to put in an order. Let's see what happens. And the other 2 orders were from actual Tractor Supply people. So these are all test orders. So there's no real, somebody found it on Tractor Supply and they're ordering it. So I sent, Terry, I call her Tina, an old shitty box. It doesn't matter because she's going to open it. She's not going to use it. We're just seeing seeing like a generate a label, ship it out, and complete the cycle. And the day I wanted to do that, Tractors, the company I'm using to interface to make all this happen for me, we're walking through 3 days of, and the orders are piling up. They're insisting that I have a training session.
Oh,
And
no.
I try to bypass the training session and do it myself because you can just stumble along. I hit so many buttons. I got an email from them, from corporate. Stop fucking hitting buttons. We're going to cancel these purchase orders if you hit any more buttons.
Oh, no.
Fine. So I wait for training and I get the training and the guy's like, I think this is how. I'm saying, you're telling me I think this and I suspect that. This is insane. So we get a point where it's print out a label and he goes, go ahead, hit that button, see what happens. I said, nothing's happening. He goes, yeah, we got to get Larry in here to make that active. I go, what the hell have we been doing here for 4 months? Get Larry in here to make this active.
You know what? I've really recognized the older I get, how
The hair's coming out in clumps.
I know how many things in life are just kind of.
They're lazier than I am. We can't have that in the circle. The circle is going to break down.
A lot of things are just kind of made up. I always thought people in charge knew the rules and knew what was going on. That's not the case.
No. Long story short, finally got the label thing. Larry was a hero. Fixed it that afternoon. I'm printing out labels at 5:30 at night. Now, 3 of these pieces are going to Tractor Supply. All right.
Okay.
And these guys are going to open this thing up and have a look-see. You're going to give it's not like a regular, everybody wants to be happy with their piece, but the piece I'm shipping out has been sitting in the warehouse for about 4 months. Right. And I
Okay.
noticed that sometimes the handles can get a little, not rusty, but have a little tone to them.
Okay.
They don't look brand spanking new. So I'm about to just put these 3 things into the UPS. I go, stop it, you stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Get those things back, open those boxes, polish those handles up.
Yeah.
So you've been working on this thing for over a year. Why not go just a little extra mile?
I know.
Make sure that it's just right.
This is
And-
why most people work for corporations. Working for yourself is hard. It's hard working for yourself because you have to do all of it.
I'm QA, and that's not my nature. My nature is not QA. I am not the QA guy. Although I did go to engineering school for, guess what? Quality assurance. I'm 2 years into engineering for quality assurance. I'm going, are you mad? This is so far away from your nature. It's insane. Get the hell out of here. Go sell something. QA.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
you gotta,
I'd get a t-shirt that says, looks good enough to me.
what's your shirt say today?
What's going on?
What's going on? That's a
Clearly,
good question.
clearly not an original phrase, but I found when I was playing basketball back in the good old days, 9 months ago,
Yes.
I'd be playing with guys throwing the ball to the wrong person,
Oh.
taking shots that missed everything. And I found myself yelling, "What's going on?" very often in a fun way. What's going on?
I love that you have fun phrases and you put them on shirts. We were talking earlier about words and phrases. I feel very strongly about, I love words and phrase. I bought this little necklace. I didn't make it, but I bought it and it says fear is a liar. And I just like that, right? Fear is a liar. Fear stops you from so many things.
Absolutely.
And it has a little crown with it because of course,
I always think when I hear, I'm sorry, I'm dominating the conversation. I let you talk most of the time, I think.
yeah, you really do. I talk most of the time.
But I listened to when Alex Trebek died, right?
Yes, I have it in my notes today to talk about Alex.
No way.
I do.
But I'm going to tie in what you just said with Alex Trebek.
Yes.
It's like, once you're dead, you're done. You're done helping people. You're done answering phone calls. You're done being nice to people. You're done any charity ideas you ever had, any trips you wanted to take, anything you wanted to do, you're done.
Yeah.
You're absolutely done. So at the end, it ends the same for everybody. We're all going to be dead at the end. Why not do something you want to do?
Yeah, you're right.
I understand there's financial and there's time and this, but I tell you this, when we took the kids on vacation, my dad always took us on vacation. I never really thought how huge that was. Every year we went on vacation until I didn't want to go anymore. I was 21. Well, actually he died when I was 21, but until I was, we didn't do it anymore. And I've taken the kids on vacations, and you find out a lot of people don't go on vacations. They don't go anywhere. They don't go to Ireland. They don't go to the Great Smoky Mountains. They don't go to Yosemite. It's like, go put it on the calendar. That's my tip of the day. How long we into the show?
Right off the bat, Tom's giving, we're crazy. There's no rules.
We're dropping tip bombs.
Here, I like the tip bombs. That's actually brilliant. Yes, because you know what? I think maybe I'm hoping people are realizing now with the way the world is how important your life choices are, and that life isn't just about having a job and working and paying for a house and stuff. I mean, more people are traveling in vans now. More people are because they lost their jobs are looking at what their passions are. So, as much bad that's happened in 2020, lots of really fantastic things are happening as well.
I concur 1,000%. By the way, you're not on acid. I'm using this cheap ass camera.
I was gonna say something because you were moving a lot and it was blurry, and I thought Tom is trying a special effect out today.
Yes.
The magic of the special effect. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it makes it different. I encourage my friends to be drinking while they're watching this and take a shot every time Tom is blurry.
You'd be drunk already. I think we got a guest coming in today. Should be any second now. We
Okay.
haven't had a guest on the show in a while.
It's maybe been a week or so, right?
Oh, I'll bet it's been 2 weeks.
I guess our last guest was Amy Vanderoff.
Yeah. And how long was that? Man, 10 days.
Okay. Well, because we do a lot of shows, so it seems, you know what I mean? How many what show number is this? 50 something.
This is 54.
Whoa, 54.
Yeah. A bald man just came in.
Look who's showing off with his Thanksgiving feast.
Does he have a knit stocking over his head?
It's Mr. Davis.
Wow.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Double M. How are you?
I'm good. I have to ask you the question of the day since you have
Ooh.
this background.
You're going
I
to
would
give him a
love it.
query?
Here's the question of the day.
Okay.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm cooking turkey
Yeah.
and all the fixings for my 88-year-old mother-in-law who's going to come over to the house. And my 28-year-old son is also coming over to the house. It's
Tom.
going to be fun. Very thankful.
Your
Thankful
mom,
this year.
your mother-in-law, right? Did you say?
Mother-in-law. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I know that
So-
your folks have been issued their eternal reward.
They're actually here. They're over on the counter there, but they don't eat much anymore.
In
But,
jars.
Thanks for asking.
So what about the reason I'm asking, Matt, what about COVID and
They've not been
fill
invited.
me in on your thoughts?
Right. I actually bowl with my mother-in-law twice a week.
Okay.
She still bowls. We take some precautions. My 28-year-old son is kind of sequestered with his circle of friends. Nobody has been sick, knock on wood, and all that. So yeah, we're definitely concerned and taking some precautions. But my mother-in-law, who lives by herself at 88 years old, realized a few months ago that she, only has so much time left anyway, and she's willing to take some level of risk, just like all of us take some level of risk by leaving the house every day. So
Alex Trebek.
absolutely. I mean, you never know. We're not promised tomorrow. We're only happy to be here with you fine folks today. How about I'll listen back to the podcast to find out what you guys are doing.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, you have every right. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just curious because I'm doing the exact opposite. Last year we had a big Thanksgiving. Everybody traveled to New York. I want to point out Tom and Matt are in Florida. I'm in New York. And we had the big thing, but because of where I live and
Sure.
because of the travel it would take, people would have to get on planes to come to us.
Right. Yeah, well,
it's a different scenario for us.
Another level. Yep. And my daughter's getting married next May in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And she usually comes down for Christmas, but and stays with us. They're not sure if they're going to be able to come down this year, unfortunately. And it's, we haven't seen her since last Christmas. So
has she been on the subway system yet? She lives in Brooklyn.
She lives in Brooklyn. I don't know if she's gone on the subway or not. Her husband-to-be works for Google, and both of them luckily are working remotely, and pretty much holding up, but they are, they're hanging out with their circle of friends. I don't know if she's been on the subway or not. I know she's been out and about a little bit, but you're right. I mean, it's a different world up there.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be a country mouse. So we're kind of, different.
And that's all the time we have for Matt Davis. Thank you for coming
All
by.
right. Take care. Honor and a privilege. Honor and a privilege. I want to.
Of the day Matt. Are you doing trivia today? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to take you for a short, brief journey down the rabbit hole that is the trivia.
Okay.
I was thinking about 50 years ago what films were big in 1970, and I happened on.
Oh my God. When you said 50 years ago, I'm thinking, what's 1919? What's he talking about? What, 1925?
I know. I thought let's pick a date that all of us
God.
remember. I'm 57, and Lord willing, I'll be 58 in January with you.
I'll be 45
Melinda.
next year.
And Tom is 41, I think. And but I was thinking about 1970, and I was looking at the list of top films, and I realized one of my favorite all-time films is Patton, which was George C. Scott. And I was thinking about Oscars.
Okay.
Patton actually received 10 nominations, which is a huge number of Oscar nominations, and it had 7 wins. George C. Scott, a little factoid that's kind of interesting. He was the first actor to reject the Oscar. He refused to show up. They awarded it to him. He called it a 2-hour meat parade. And he said he wanted nothing to do with the Oscars.
There's some gay guys that they do the same thing in the Key West.
Well, yeah.
Who doesn't like a good meat parade?
I know, exactly, silly boy. So then I started thinking, well, what movies have gotten the most nominations? And it's I think it's interesting. Yeah. Only 2 movies in history of film have won, or excuse me, not one, but had 14 nominations. Wow. Only 2 movies in history have 14 nominations.
Gone with the Wind.
Well, he's jumping the gun.
He likes to jump.
I understand. Well, I'm going to give you one of them. I'm going to tell you that one of them is a film that predates us slightly. Maybe not Tom, but predates you and I, Melinda. 1950s All About Eve. Okay.
Oh.
Had 14 nominations. That starred Betty Davis and a young 24-year-old actress named Marilyn Monroe. All About Eve. I've never seen the film. Have you guys seen that?
No, I feel badly that I haven't.
Yes, I have.
You've seen it, Tom?
Tom took a date and saw it.
Wow.
He was only 16 at the time.
It cost a nickel.
Yeah, exactly. And you got a free box of popcorn. So the question for you, fine folks, today is which other film in the history of film has 14 nominations, garnered 14 nominations. Okay.
Okay.
Here are your choices. 1939's A, Gone with the Wind, featuring Clark Gable, a man that I have been told that I resemble.
I call you Clark by accident many, many times.
I know it happens. And Vivian Leigh, Gone with the Wind, 1939.
Okay.
B, a little film called 1994's Forrest Gump, with Tom Hanks and Sally Field, amongst others. Or C, a little film called Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, 1997.
I've never heard of any one of these.
No, so again, to recap, A, Gone with the Wind, B, Forrest Gump, C, Titanic. Not which won the most, but which one had 14 nominations. Go.
Nominations. Tom always lets me go first, even though I don't think the way he does. Tom thinks in numbers and logic, and he's telling me to hurry. So
you're 100% correct.
No,
don't hurry, please.
No, I'm in panic mode because I could see where any one of those would have won that many awards, but I'm trying to think of the timeline because I don't know what other films were in the categories, and that's what takes away the votes for them, right?
So right. It's nominations.
Yeah.
So think about movies that are broad enough to be in all the different categories.
Okay, let's not have a bunch of tips. Let's have her break it down.
So Gone with the Wind, Forrest Gump, or Titanic?
That is correct.
I am gonna go like I normally go without any logic and my gut lady feelings, and I am gonna go with Forrest Gump.
Oh, I like that pick.
And I'll tell you why.
Please.
Forrest Gump has become such a classic. There's so many phrases that come from it. And I feel like, if I remember correctly, at the time when it came out, it seemed to be the film everybody wanted to see. It seemed to be the film, not only was Tom Hanks, who everybody loves him, and I think they still love him.
Hey, Jenny.
I mean, right? There's so many phrases. And it's something that, even though Gone with the Wind and Titanic are good, Gone with the Wind and Titanic were more bummer films. And Forrest Gump, even though it had sad moments, was a very uplifting film. And I feel like America always goes for the uplifting film. So that's why I'm choosing Forrest Gump.
Well, Titanic would have been more uplifting if she would have just made a little room for him.
Just a little room on the door, please.
There's plenty of room on there. And she's like, get out of here, Popsicle.
She didn't love him.
No. She just used him. It was terrible.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. I like that pick.
You don't have to disagree with her.
No. But
He lives to disagree with me.
Yes, I've been watching
here's
the
an
show.
alternative truth.
Oh.
Well, you got to. Davis was trying to leak out a little hint, but in the way that he was phrasing the question and guiding you to an answer, it's like you've got to come up with a movie not that has a bunch of, not to be dismissive of your analysis, but the catchphrases besides. There's no category for catchphrases, but the categories are screenplay, cinematography, sound design, score, best supporting actress, things like that. So I couldn't, best editing. So I don't know that I could puzzle together even how many categories? 12, did you say, Matt?
14 nominations. Yeah, I couldn't name 14.
I don't know 14. So you got to have a movie that's complicated, sound design.
The shit out of Forrest Gump.
But
that's why I like that answer.
All three of these were really groundbreaking films in a way.
Yeah. No. I'm not dismissing Forrest Gump. So I'm going to say Gone with the Wind had a lot of that stuff. I mean, I know that the black actress that played the Mammy, she won an award on that thing. So there's three, and I'm going to guess that the leading actors were also nominated, and so you got a boatload of that. So you've got Titanic, your major characters. I don't know that they had best supporting, probably Leo and whatever. But now we're down to special effects. We're down to editing. And we're down to, photography. Those are the three things that they're going to start sweeping. How about gowns and dresses? I mean, all those movies had the same things. They're all dressed. There's time period things, and there's special effects going on, and there's multiple stars. So, I mean, the burning of Atlanta or whatever that was in Gone with the Wind, all that was amazing.
You were there when they filmed it, right?
Yeah. I said, hey, more wind. Get more wind going.
I thought that Forrest Gump won for costumes because they did such a good job with the different times that the eras that were in that show, even though it's not as like costumey as the Titanic. I just want to be right. Go ahead and guess.
I'm going to say that because I don't know. See, here's why I fall off. All right.
You're really.
I want to turn over a couple more rocks and see if we can get to next week before we get to an answer. Okay. Stay tuned.
We can do that. We can do.
I'm saying, can Forrest Gump win on score because it was all a bunch of '60s musics? So can they win on they can't win on original score. They can win on soundtrack.
There was an original score on that as well. I remember when it came out.
Oh yeah, they did have that little feather thing.
Yeah, a little background. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go with a rare precedent. I'm going to go with and agree with my co-host Melinda McKinsey that the answer is Forrest Gump.
Wow, that's awesome. See, I love when everybody comes together
right before the holidays.
Come together for Thanksgiving.
I think it's emotional thinking and super smart intellectual thinking.
Really coming together, intellectual thinking.
One common answer, one brilliant answer.
Okay, so you guys both said Forrest Gump. I will let you know that the one that you did not choose, that did not get 14 nominations was
Titanic.
Gone with the Wind.
Ooh, okay.
Gone with the Wind only had a measly 13 nominations.
And there might have been a category that they've added over the years that the other ones were qualified for that wasn't even there.
We've been tricked.
That's possible.
More bamboozled.
The other film with a measly 13 nominations and 6 wins was Forrest Gump.
What?
13
Come on.
nominations,
I
6
should.
wins.
God damn it! Anyway.
The other film that got 14 nominations and 11 wins was The Titanic,
Wow.
1997's Titanic. So I've already told you, Titanic, 11 out of 14. That's pretty good batting average.
Yeah.
It was groundbreaking. Forrest Gump got 6 out of 13, a measly 6 wins. And
Wow.
then Gone with the Wind had 8 out of 13, which at the
So,
time was
Can you
record
do,
breaking.
do you have a list of the categories? Quickly list the categories, or the one category that one had that the other didn't.
Yeah, it's interesting. If we go to the Titanic, again, 1997's Titanic had 14 nominations, won 11 Oscars that year in 1997. It won for, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
It won for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Cinematographer, Best Art Direction, Set Direction, Best Costume, Sound, Film Editing, Best Effects, which is sound effects, Best Effects, Visual Effects, Best Original Song, which was My Heart Will Go On, which is Celine Dion.
Oh, that's
And
right.
Best Music, Original Dramatic Score, which is James Horner, wrote the background music. It was also, I can't really parse out what the other, it's interesting is the ones that are missing out of that list. I just read that they won. It was nominated for Best Actress, Kate Winslet. She did not win. And Best Actress in a Supporting Role was the old lady, the Gloria Stewart. And then Best Makeup, it was also nominated in, but it did not win. So isn't that amazing?
Interesting side note, the night that Titanic won is also the night that James Cameron's reputation went to shit, because remember the catchphrase he created when he won the award?
I do not.
What did he say when he went up to accept the award? Do you remember?
Something, Ma. I'm here, Ma.
No. I'm king of the world.
Did he really?
And people hated him for it. And he got so much backlash because they said he's too big for his britches now. And he really went down the tubes after that.
Yeah, he's only got $700 million in the bank.
I'm just saying.
Son of a bitch took it up the ass.
I'm just saying what happened.
He's a wreck.
The personal
You
story.
think the Titanic was a wreck? He's a wreck.
Well, I'm just saying.
James Cameron. Yeah, he we haven't heard any more from him since then.
Yeah, he's done.
He's history, histoire, as we say. So, but that's it. That's the trivia. You guys both finished in second place,
Wow.
but silver medal.
Why would I tie my
silver medal?
I love that I tricked Tom into believing me.
I thought it was good.
I'm happy because I accomplished all of my goals in life.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you
very persuasive.
You
if you use
tricked
that
me
on
rather than-
FOMO, you got a shot.
It should be like we banded together. We bonded together for a singular cause. Not
That's what I meant to say. Did I say something else out loud?
All right, guys. Great job on the show. I've been watching and it's really come a long way.
It really has.
I think the only thing I want to leave you with is the word nipple. So now you can put that in the description, so you'll have more people viewing.
Well, you're going to have to listen because I had a sexual dream about Cuomo.
Oh my
Who
God.
hasn't?
Wait to hear it.
I did.
All right.
God bless
Bye.
you. Thanks, Davis. Have a
Good
good
job,
weekend.
guys.
Let yourself out for gosh sakes. Thank you. Don't make me open the door and give you a push.
I should have believed Titanic. I really wanted to believe it was Forrest
I was going to
Gump.
say Titanic too.
Damn it, man. All right.
I just thought there might have been an extra category or something.
Yeah, well, because you think that way. I wasn't thinking that way at all. I was just thinking
My first loss.
No, I won the first one.
Oh, that's right.
I won
That's
the
right.
first one.
And it's been downhill ever since.
Yes.
It's been one big skid ever since.
So yes, we haven't even talked about what our topics are today.
I know. We've only got 10 minutes to go.
Okay. What are your topics?
My topics are, oh, for gosh sakes.
Oh my goodness.
Return gifts and in the weeds.
You're saying those like
Also,
you're
I'm so fucking lazy.
which I feel like we covered earlier.
Yes, we did.
I feel like, okay, I'm only going to give 2 topics because we've kind of gone over. Clearly, I need to talk about the Cuomo dream. Jeopardy. I wanted to talk about Alex Trebek, which is great because you brought him up, and the perfect Craigslist ad.
Wow. Let's do yours.
Okay, I'm just going to briefly do the Cuomo thing, or people are going to beat me up. Here's the thing. You know, if I wouldn't have been talking about him so much and talking about his nipples, I probably wouldn't have had this dream. But because of the nipple ring and all the nipple gate, in my dream, I didn't remember it till midday. I was doing something and I was talking on the phone with someone and they mentioned something that set my dream off. Have you ever had that happen where you kind of forget a dream and
Yes.
you're like, hold on a second? So I had a dream that I was myself in the dream. Cuomo was himself. It was current day. So it wasn't one of those weird, like I was in elementary school, right? And we were seeing each other, but it was a secret. I wasn't allowed to tell anyone. And he was grabbing me in public. And I was like, I called him Cuomo in the dream. Didn't even call him Andrew. I was like, Cuomo, you can't grab me. And he was trying to unbutton my blouse in a public scenario. And I was like, this is a secret. I was very irritated. I was like, I was irritated and excited at the same time. I was like, listen, babe, like we can't do this right now. And so I just remember in the dream hiding from people, going in and out of doors, and he was with me and he was very sexual, very, very sexual. And he needed to open my blouse. And I kept saying, this is a secret people can't know. So that's my anxiety / sexual dream about Cuomo.
It's crazy, right?
What your mind will do, because if you fill it with things during the day, it's bound to come out in your dreams, what's going on? I would recommend be careful what you fill your mind with during the day, because your dreams are going to play it out for you later. So if you're feeling anxiety at this time, maybe to stop watching the news, watch a rom-com or do something that's more fun so you can dream about that. So I'm have to fix this. I can't walk around, being angry with Andrew. I've got to fix it.
I love it. I love it.
So tell me about your, let's see, which one do you want to talk about, Tom?
Well, it's, you know what? Let's talk about return gifts.
Okay.
Have you ever felt the need to return a gift if you've been in a relationship with somebody? And then at what point does the gift become yours?
I was thinking about retail outlets. I was not thinking about relationships. Okay. Well, the biggest relationship in my life was my marriage. I returned nothing.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna return anything except for this hot dog. Hope you choke on
I
it.
returned nothing. This is an embarrassing thing about me, Tom.
Go on.
In my relationships, I have been the gift giver. I have not dated men. I actually had this conversation with my friend Ellen. I have not dated men that have given me gifts. I don't know what it is. So I
No
know.
Christmas gift, no birthday gift, no pendant, ring, earring.
I'm trying to think, I guess I haven't, the one person I dated around the holidays.
No, just because I'm thinking about you gift.
Well, you would think that'd be the best gift of all.
Well, I need this $18 thing that I have never gotten around getting it. And then some guy shows up with it. So it's not significant. It just shows that he's caring.
Well, I haven't dated caring men.
Those are the best gifts. I dated a woman a while back.
Yes.
And she was growing a fig tree in her backyard. It was quite delightful. The fig was coming into season, and then she had like 20 figs coming in.
Okay.
Well, the birds were feasting on it. Did I tell the story before? Because I ended up being the hero.
No.
You want to hear it?
Be the hero.
So she thought maybe a moving owl would, some owl that would make a sound and move to the, motion activated. So I bought a wooden base, a nice wooden base, and painted it and mounted the owl on it, and it didn't work. the birds could give a shit about an owl. I've never seen the owl keep anyone away from anything. I put an owl by my pool one time when the ducks were coming in.
It's quite the myth
Yeah.
because they sell them
Yeah.
specifically for that.
Yeah, F you and your owl and your fake owl.
Yes.
But I do know that the real solution is a net on a tree,
Okay.
right? So I got on Amazon and I bought the net. It was, $22, shipped the
Yeah.
next day. And then
Yeah.
after I received it, it was huge. I mean, it was, 26 feet by 26 feet. And we put that over the fig tree, which is only about six feet high into this
Okay.
wide. And we wrapped that mother on and we tucked that net underneath the thing and snapped it in and done and done.
Yeah.
No,
No,
she
that's
was thrilled.
nice.
Yeah,
That's nice. While you were saying that, I do remember a time when I was in theater and there was a guy that I liked, and I had mentioned I really love raspberries. And I was having a rough rehearsal and I was very upset. He left during the rehearsal, came back, and brought
There
me
you go.
raspberries.
There you go.
So that was lovely. And of course, that just my heart just went crazy because that's a lovely thing to do. So yeah, I did that.
It's a good tell on somebody if they're empathetic like that. Oh, this person says that, ice
Yeah.
cream makes them feel good when they're feeling bad.
Yeah.
So
So
you
have you
listen.
given gifts back from a relationship yourself?
No, I haven't, and it's not out of spite,
Yeah.
but I mean, I I dated this woman a couple of times, and she was eyeballing my cup call, so I gave her one,
Yes.
and then she returned it,
Oh,
and then she said, and then the next day we were done.
oh,
I'm like, oh, I think she returned that thing because she didn't want to feel obligated. I said, that's kind of an odd thing. I certainly, she
ooh,
was welcome to keep it. I think she was
yes.
angling to take me out on a date for a cup call.
Well, I have a lot of female friends that get like jewelry and things.
I'm holding it like, really?
Hmm,
Give it to a neighbor if you don't think it's working.
kept it. I guess it's funny. Women really want to disassociate when we're done. We don't want any of your stuff. We don't want to see it. We don't care about it.
It was,
I've
it
definitely
was
had,
lovely and welcome to have it. Absolutely.
yes.
Very nice person.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I did have someone in a relationship give me a bunch of stuff back because I broke up with him and I think he was unhappy about it. And it seemed overdone because it was a lot of just, I gave him a karaoke machine and shirts and come on, whatever. So I mean,
Some people will return things to spite you. Like, I don't want your
yes,
stuff anymore. Here,
yes.
you've wronged me. Take your shit back. It's like,
I think that's what that was.
yeah, but that certainly wasn't it in that case. I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, I'm never going to look at that and go, well, how sweet he wanted me to reap the joy of having the karaoke machine. That's not what it was. Because then he gave it back with a very important piece missing. So it was his way of going, go fuck yourself, which,
Hey, we've said fuck 7 times in the show.
and we haven't said nipples enough. So we got to keep that in mind. So do we have time to talk about the most perfect Craigslist ad?
Yes, ma'am. Let's do that. And then I'll get about my busy day. I'm like, we're rolling. We're on all cylinders here at the
Right?
ranch.
And you're going to have to change that camera because I'm actually getting vertigo. When you talk and move your head, it's like watching like I'm on acid. Yeah. I've never been on acid, for the record.
Yeah. How do you know what acid's like?
Because I watched that Netflix show about celebrities doing drugs, and they said when you do acid, you should never drive a car because you lose track of what's real and what's not real.
And
they
then
talk-
another tip of the day.
You can't tell where the road actually is and what's fake and what's real, which it made me very nervous. That's why I've never done acid. I have control issues and I don't want to be out of control. That's why I advocate smoking marijuana.
There you go. A third tip of the day.
Tip bombs are dropping everywhere. Boom. So tell me if you've heard this story. This is a recent story. Someone posted in Craigslist. Here's what they asked for. Will you be naked at my sister's wedding? I will pay you to run through the wedding. It's in the Upper East Side in New York in May of 2021. If you're interested, call me and we'll talk pricing. And here's the caveat. It says, and I will protect you from my family. It's been all over the internet. Everybody's talking about
I
it.
saw it too. It was on Facebook.
How do you feel about it?
Well, the guy's a bit of a dick. If you don't want to go to your sister's wedding, you think your sister wronged you to such a degree that you want to F up her day, you're a dick.
Okay, but let's go more with your train of thought where we were working together on Forrest Gump. What if they prank each other?
Oh, then it's game on. Please do. If that's going to be, if your sister's going to love it or think it's funny.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What if it's the ultimate prank? She got him and he's like, you wait till you get married.
Oh, then it's sweet.
I hope there's a follow-up on this because lots of people are talking about it. People have asked, if they've called in and people have said, yes, that they've tried. Apparently he has booked someone. So it's, shut down and that now people are bartering whether this is a good thing or a bad thing.
Right.
I hope it's going to be the good, most clever,
Oh, then I see this in a whole nother way.
Yeah.
He should have said we do the. It would have been nice to have a little context so I could have felt good about it.
Well,
I feel sometimes people do things spitefully. Why is that? That's bad. That I thought that was my initial reaction. You're a better person than I am by thinking that it was a prank. I think about that.
I think we talk about, I am a better person. No, I'm clearly not a better person. You usually are winding me down. I usually jump up to a 9, as you like to say, and I get pretty jacked up. But I would like to believe when I read that, I thought, how fun they're pranking each other. But it could be wrong. Maybe she's horrified of naked people. And she's like, don't you F up my wedding. And so he puts it on Craigslist, knowing you can get somebody on Craigslist to run naked.
Oh, yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
How much do you think you pay for something like that?
I think people would just do it to do it.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's I'll take 6 donuts that I'll put on my wiener as I'm running.
I think so. There better be a damn follow-up. There better be videos and photos. I think it's gone viral enough that we're going to hear the follow-up story.
That'd be fun. So we have a date on this, right? What was it?
It's in May. So I'm wondering, at this point, does the sister know?
Yeah, she's gonna have to know.
Unless she's not into social media, she would have to know because it's gone. It's been everywhere. It's on all the formats.
All right, that's fun.
So,
what do you think? You think it's good? Would you do it if you were asked to run naked?
No, I wouldn't.
Does naked allow you to wear shoes?
I think naked's naked, dude. Naked is full on naked. It's going to be in May.
I'd have to run with. I can't. Not with my neuropathy. I can't run.
Tom, that's a no for Tom because
I would wear it if I could wear shoes.
I mean, they probably, if you explained about the neuropathy, I bet you they would let you do it. At this point, I'm just wondering if there's going to be a whole team of naked people.
Yeah, nobody wants to see a naked dude anyway. Maybe the wife, maybe the girl, maybe the sister would. Maybe.
I think if it's the prank on the sister, they might. I assumed they were using a dude because it's a prank on the sister. You know what I mean?
But here's the one thing that kind of triggered me towards it's a negative event. I would protect you from my family. The family would know whether there's just a running joke going on or not, or somebody's going to kill, Jerry, you son of a bitch.
Okay.
I'm going to kill you and that naked guy.
See, and here's how I read it. That I made up a whole story in my head.
Go.
That they're such pranksters that the family is clever enough to try to stop it. And so he's like, don't worry, I got you. I'll protect you from my family. That's the story.
There's no stopping that because the guy's you're 22 yards away and you've got your suit on, you're undressing behind a tree, and all of a sudden you do it. I mean,
but
it's like stopping like someone flying a plane into a building. If they're up in the air, they're going to do what they're going to do.
Well, but the way I read it was protect you from your family means he has a plan. You start and a go where you're going to be safe, right? If you start from here and go to here, then we'll put you in a car and we'll get you out of here.
I think he means protecting you from the family. Just as about to kill him, he's going to announce, "This is my idea. Don't kill that guy. It's all
really?
me, Jerry. You son of a bitch."
All right.
That's how I read it.
That'll be our follow-up in May. And so this is the Friday before Thanksgiving. What? 6 months? How many months?
Well, I'm thinking 6 months That's we do 12 shows a month. So it's in 70 episodes. Be episode number 127.
Look at you. Look at you, Mr. Idiot Savant. 127, 127. Well, I'll be excited to hear the follow-up, and who knows, maybe it'll get the kibosh and we'll hear about it way sooner because the sister is going to jump in and say, no, you're not.
Who's honking?
I live in Brooklyn. I'm
You
in
got more shit going on.
Dude, I live on a very busy corner. Horns. We're lucky that's all you heard.
Okay, what's that behind you? And then where's your dog? And then we'll have to say goodbye.
This?
You're not pimping under the book, are you? Put it back. Put
No.
it back.
This says, can you read it?
I can't read anything.
Your story matters. Your story matters. This is a gift from a friend of mine when I was going through a hard time. And I was like, why am I so dumb? And she's like, you got this. You can figure it out. And so she gave me that. Your story matters, which I thought was lovely because everybody's story does matter, Tom. What did you do something phallic with the mic? Is that why you're laughing?
No, I've decided to put the thing on a stand so I could look back here leeringly or judgmentally, and yet it doesn't affect my audio quality.
I felt judged. It works. I felt judged immediately.
I'm not doing anything phallic with the microphone, please.
Right. See, I knew you were.
I was not until you brought it up. That's what she said. That's what he said.
I was trying to think of a funny play on words for Is it Tobin? Jeffrey Tobin?
I got Tobin.
I just got Tobin. What?
What's going on? Huh?
Listen, for anybody that doesn't know, Jeffrey Tobin is a guy that was jerking off on Zoom. So in case people don't get the reference.
Thanks. Now we'll be in the bottom of the
You
iTunes
can say
pile.
jerking off. I don't think jerking off is a bad, right? You can say jerking off. Is that bad?
Whatever.
Okay, Jeffrey Tobin.
How do you live that down? You know what? I mean,
don't.
it's the oddest thing in the world because virtually everybody does it, but yet
Yes.
you're mocked for doing it.
Well, I don't know that he was mocked so much for the masturbation. I don't
I
know.
understand.
He was mocked for the public masturbation.
No doubt about it. There's definitely an element that most people don't participate in, but it's not like if you were doing it on, like if you do it on purpose, then you're an idiot. If you did it by, I mean,
That's the question.
I've got another story. We got 2 minutes before this thing.
We got it. Yes.
No, I'm not gonna tell that story. Go ahead.
What? Here's the thing. I read an article that a college professor, look at Tom being careful. Don't tell the story. Don't tell the story.
Okay, I'll tell the story. When my mom was having early Alzheimer's,
Yes.
she was. We were thinking of a solution. We're going to put a camera in her room, in her house. You'll put a camera in the shower area, in the kitchen, so we could monitor her. We didn't know Alzheimer's. We just thought she's becoming forgetful, or
Okay.
So I even went and I bought a camera system that we could, put in have one in the kitchen, have one in the living room. We're not trying to invade anyone's privacy.
But why in the shower?
I didn't mean shower, but I'm just saying if she slipped and fell in the shower, that would be a concern or whatever. But now we would not probably put one in the bathroom or in the bedroom. We don't see her in the kitchen. We don't see her in the living room. We might become alerted. Okay.
Yes.
And then I had this thing where you could, giving somebody a passcode, everybody had access to that thing. And I had the camera I was using it on my computer, and I had it on me as I was testing it out, as I broadcast that whole system and the numbers to all my family, my 7 brothers and sisters, as we have 8.
Right.
And I had done a test thing. I hope this thing doesn't run out of time before I get
It's going to run out. It's going to run out.
Long story short, I had emailed everybody the test thing. And I said, and then we were all done with our little mini meeting, and then we were all done. So little did I know that I was still live. And you go ahead and you do the rest of the math on that. Thank God nobody was logged in at the time.
Where were you at? Were you just sitting at your desk?
In my office like this.
See, the thing with Jeffrey Tobin, he knew he was in the middle of a news report.
I understand that. He's never come out and explained himself. We're down to 1 minute.
Well, I feel like we had a lot of tips, so I feel good about that.
The tip jar is full. Help
I
yourself.
mean, everybody can share if the tip. Tell us how the tips have saved you.
Hey,
How they,
by the way, do share, leave comments. We like to talk about things that you want to talk about. We love it. And I had something witty to say about that, and I've lost it. We're done. We're less than a minute. My name's Tom Wise.
I'm Melinda McKinsey. Thanks for unpacking some shit with us today.
And then we're going to see you one more time before Thanksgiving, right?
I
Yeah,
hope so.
2 more times.
Yeah.
All right. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. And we are done.